Anyway, let's talk to the Hall of Famer.
Seeing this, a little white-on-white crime. I love that. That's good stuff right there, guys. How are you guys doing?
That's
good.
Michael Irvin. How you doing, Michael?
I am doing well.
Now, you got a big TV show coming up on Spike, which I thought was really interesting concept. Tell me about it. When does it start?
Well, it's an American Idol concept of football. It comes on Spike May 18th. That's Monday, May 18th, 10 Eastern, 9 Central, only on Spike. I've done so many promos. Only on Spike that I can give you that. But I took 6 wide receivers, 6 defensive backs, and I housed them at the Cotton Bowl, and I took them through a number of tests, a number of challenges. And ultimately, the one guy that wins will get a contract and go to training camp with the Dallas Cowboys. Unprecedented in talking about what you win in a reality show. Going and getting an opportunity to play for the Dallas Cowboys.
Obviously, there's no guarantee that they're going to play. They have an opportunity to make the team out of training camp.
Well, you got to get out there and make some plays.
Right.
I mean, that's what makes football, makes sports a great love of all of ours here in this country is you earn everything. Mm-hmm. And so I want to give you an opportunity, but you have to go and finish it off by earning that spot and making the Dallas Cowboys.
Now, who's the Simon Cowell of the group? Is that you?
Well, Simon Cowell, Simon Cowell's quite a fella now. He gets to sit in the air conditioner and say nice things, well, maybe not so nice, to just kind of get guys going. Meanwhile, I'm on a football field, and I can't say things like, can you guys really just try to give me one more rep? So you got to expect some language in here because I got to keep it real and get what I need to get out of these guys. So, yeah, I'm the dirty one. Yes, and I enjoy the role.
Now, what kind of guys are going to participate in this? What are their ages? What are their backgrounds? Are they all former or current football players, college guys?
Yeah, they all have a base. Okay. You know what I mean? No matter, I put great guys around them, and I brought in a lot of the great players from the Cowboys past, the Roger Starbacks, the Drew Pearsons, the Tony Dorsetts, the Darryl Johnson, Jay Novaceks, to give them intelligence about how to play in the NFL, but the reality is they must have a base, and these guys do have a base. The age range from 22 to 30.
Okay.
But these guys, a lot of them, they haven't really been in the NFL. They haven't made it that far, and all they need, they have talent, but they need that nurturing, and we're certainly giving them the nurturing over 10 to 12 weeks, and then in the end, there will be one. There can only be one, and he will go to camp.
Now, Michael, has this been taped already? I mean,
yes, we've shot it.
Okay,
it's already
so
done.
Without saying who won,
I can't tell you that.
Right, the person that won, do you think that this person has a legitimate chance to make the Cowboys?
People always ask that, and in the NFL, it's not just that how you measure how high a person jumps or how fast they run that will determine if they're successful in the NFL. If that's the case, when Cincinnati and Detroit had all of the first picks in the draft, we know these guys have those measuring numbers. They should go and be superstars. Right. They turn out 4 or 5 years later, they're out of the league. And they had talent. It was they didn't get put in the right situations in order to succeed. I got guys that have talent that really – we're giving them the knowledge of how to become a pro, and we'll put them on this football team. And I promise you, this guy, we will not be embarrassed with him. He will show up and show well.
And even though he'll be legit with talent, is it still tough for him to walk into an NFL clubhouse being a guy that won a contest? Do you think some of the players will give him some ribbing or maybe not respect him right away?
You know what? I thought about that, so I made sure. And if you watch May 18th, you will say to yourself, oh, no. He earned that spot. Trust me, when the guys watch, because playing in Dallas, and I knew what it take. I knew how I trained. I didn't train for a first quarter. I never did anything with shorts and T-shirts on. Anytime I went running, anytime I trained, I had full pads on. And it's the same kind of training that I did, I took them through with giving them the knowledge. I put a guy like Bill Bates around these guys because these are 12 guys who thinks maybe this is an impossible dream. So I put Bill Bates in front of them to work with the DBs, and I told them, I said, listen, you have to see it to believe it. Every day you step on the field, you're seeing it with Bill Bates. Now start conceiving it and taking in all that we're giving and understand this is you. You can have a 15-year run like Bill Bates had. And also I put Joe Avezzano, who's a 3-time NFL Coach of the Year for special teams, because if it's a wide receiver or a defensive back, what is he going to have to do to really help get a chance to make the Dallas Cowboys, he's going to have to be a special teams player, and Joe Arizona is the very best at giving that knowledge.
The Hall of Famer Michael Irvin is our guest here on the Michael K. Show, 1050 ESPN New York. Every book I've ever read about the Dallas Cowboys' most recent dynasty talks about how you worked harder than anybody that has ever played the game.
On and off the field?
Yeah, I didn't want to bring that up, but yeah. I don't know if you had to work that hard at that. Good-looking guy, Dallas Cowboy, you know. But
that's the second time somebody called me good-looking. Another man.
Well, you know what? I'm secure. I could say that, right?
And I like that.
You just saw white-on-white crime. I could say that.
Try it again. Let me hear you say
You're a good-looking guy.
I appreciate that.
Now, you're supposed to say you are too, Michael.
Well, okay, you are too, Michael. I got you.
Oh, that was comfortable.
Yeah, that was very comfortable.
Hey, you are a good-looking guy.
No, come on. I forced that out of you. You didn't mean that at all.
You got that ready.
Anyway,
I'm just sorry. I slipped it. I'm joking. I like
does this Cowboy team, the present one, do they not have enough Michael Irvins?
Do they not have enough? Obviously, that's a great question. I mean, because you're giving me a little love there, and then you ask me,
and you're a good-looking guy.
You know what I'm saying? You're giving me a little love.
That's right.
Slap Dallas in the head.
There you go.
If you don't make the playoffs, then you know it is what it is. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you don't have this situation to where you want it, because the Dallas have a lot of talent. They have a lot of talent on that football team. It's just a matter of, do they love playing football together? And that's the one thing. You'll see guys that are more talented, much more talented than I am, and probably a lot of guys more talented than the guys I played with, Emmett and all of those guys. But the one thing we did, we love playing together. Mm-hmm. And I don't care how much talent you have, if you don't love playing with your teammates, then you're not going to have success. This game is too tough. I always say, you don't win Super Bowls by being a football team or even a football organization. You have to become, and I'm telling you guys this, a football family. And a football family, they go through the peaks and the valleys, because the road to a Super Bowl isn't paved smoothly. They'll go through the peaks and the valleys, and when they go in the valley, as a family, they come closer together, and they come out on top, and it shoots them to a Super Bowl.
Is Romo the guy to lead them there?
Well, we're about to find out if Romo really is the guy. Mm-hmm. You know, T.O.'s gone. Romo, everybody's talking about making everything Romo friendly. I think Romo has it in him. You know, it's just a matter of Romo getting back to having fun playing football and not worrying about all of these external things that are nibbling and grabbing and taking away from his fun.
You mean Romo like Jessica?
Well, Jay, I don't think Jessica taking away from his fun. I think she's adding to his fun. Us talking about it all the time is taking away from his fun.
Right. Do you think that becomes a distraction? I mean, that's
it's
his personal life.
It's impossible not to. Uh-huh. It's impossible. If everywhere you turn, somebody's trying to snap a shot or run an article or make a joke about you and the woman that you love, or I guess he loves her, or the woman, whatever you're doing with her, then it has to be a distraction, because no matter what, you can say, I don't read the papers. Everybody reads the paper. I don't watch TV. Everybody watch TV. Those are lies, and you hear it. And if you don't hear it, your friends make sure you hear it.
Is Wade Phillips, is this his last shot too?
Well, Wade has to do something this year. There's no doubt about that. Mm-hmm. With the collapse and how things went last year, there's no way you can go back-to-back, not get in the playoffs, and not even make a dent. And the Cowboys haven't won a playoff game in forever. Yeah. So he has to step up and at least put one of them demons to rest.
Now, you said you're very close to the organization still. Is there one former Cowboy that you're still impressed with when you see him?
I'm impressed with a lot of them.
Is there one over the other?
Impressed in what way, though? You know, when I look at Tony Dorsett, he still looks like he's 15 years old. I'm impressed that he can still look like he's 15 years old. You know, I look at Roger Staubach. We play Roger Staubach. People talk about the kind of competitor he was. He still is. Right? We played them in a flag football game. Troy Aikman was the 90s against the older Cowboys. And Troy, and I know he'll kill me for this, Troy was like, how do I win in this? You know, if I beat him, they say you beat an old man. If he beats me, they say, what is the old man doing beating you?
Right.
You know? Well, it turns out the old man beat us. Roger Staubach beat us, and he was out there running around, diving and playing hard. I'm looking at him like, wow, that is what that is. You got to be impressed with that. If he's doing it at however old he is right now, you know what he was when he was a younger guy. So I'm absolutely impressed with that.
Now, I know you got to run. You got a couple things to do, but I think I've told you this once before. Your speech, your acceptance speech of the Hall of Fame, was the single greatest speech that I've seen an athlete make. I mean, I have no heart at all. I have a black heart. I don't cry. And I was weeping in front of my television. You moved me. Nobody moves me Do people tell you this all the time? Because it was one of the great speeches I've ever seen.
You know what? I have heard a number of great compliments about that day in Canton, Ohio. And as a matter of fact, as I walked away, the first few people that said that, I said, thank you. And I got so convicted saying thank you, I had to find something else to say because it really was a spiritual moment for me. And it was a great moment to have that opportunity because, my sons, I have my little boys, Michael and Elijah, and they've heard things and read things, but a little young when I was really growing up really playing. So I wanted to have that moment to share with them and let them know about some of the things that I have done that I'm sure they punched up on Google and
right.
read anyway, because I came home one day. This is so funny. I came home one day and my son had changed the screensaver on the computer.
Right.
And it had one of them things, I'm doing a first down. And I came out and said, Michael, where'd you get that? He said, I Googled you, Dad. I said, oh.
Uh-oh.
I said, go get your brother. Come on in. Let's have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you Googled me. What do you mean? I don't know. I get my kids a laptop at 10 years old, so I want them to be familiar with it. They got Blackberries because I want them. This is the world. I want them to be familiar with it, and thank God we can afford it. And I get them computers, but when he said Google, I don't know if they got all those computers, why it didn't click that they would Google me until he said it, and my heart hit my toes, and I thought it was time to have a long conversation.
Yeah, you should have blocked some of those things on the Google.
Could I?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if you can block all of that stuff on Google. I can block some, but trust me, some will get through.
Cowboy Stadium, how's it coming? Does it look good?
It's beautiful.
Yeah?
It is beautiful, man. Wow. I'm so upset I didn't get a chance to play in it. They got that board, that Jumbotron thing
right.
from field 120 to the other 20. That's a lot of a Jumbotron.
If Brett Favre could come back, why can't you?
No, I can't come back.
Come on.
No. I appreciate you saying I look good, but I don't look that good. I to go on that football field, and boy, but that stadium looks great. And I always think, I said, man, I could have played in here. The only thing, as I was running, I would be running the ball. There's no way I wouldn't be watching myself on that Jumbotron. There's absolutely. I'm like, boy, you're fine. Boy, that's a great. But cut right here, Michael. So I won't get a chance to do that, but it's beautiful. You guys will see it one day when you get down.
Well, the show on Spike TV starts on May 18th. What time is it? 8 o'clock or 9?
10 Eastern. 10 Eastern, 9 Central. So that's it. Let's get there. Let's show up, and it's going to be hot. Now, this is an authentic show, so you won't get any of that mess. It's on Spike, so I can do what I need to do. And
can you curse on Spike?
You can curse on Spike. How could I do this, honestly, with where I have to try to take these young men? Because I have to take them places that they've never gone. And the problem is why they are at 4th and Long is because they never took themselves to those places. And it's hard to take people there. And you can't just say to somebody, I really need you to give me one more rep. I mean, I know you're tired. I know I've had you out here all day. I need one more rep. That's not a reality. It doesn't happen in the NFL, and it won't happen on this show. So you will see what's really happening in the NFL.
You have a billboard right outside the Garden that's like 5 stories high.
Big.
Your face, yeah.
Big, I know.
Yeah. Slows traffic all the time.
So you don't have to just sit here and look at me and say I'm good looking. You can hang out at Times Square and look at that good looking man.
How do you know I don't do that?
I appreciate you doing that, Mike. I appreciate that.
That's Michael Irvin, and he has a radio show on ESPN in Dallas, and you have fun doing that.
Yes, I do. Me and my man Kevin Kiley over there, he's with me. We just finished doing it here. So as you can tell, I do like sharing a little thought that's coming in my mind through my mouth. So
yeah, you kind of seem like a natural for that.
Yeah, I enjoy radio.
May 18th, 10 o'clock Eastern, the Michael Irvin's 4th and Long.
4th and Long.
On Spike TV.
On Spike TV.
Good luck with that.
Thank you, guys. And I'll get out of the way and let you guys get back to that white-on-white crime.
That is Michael Irvin, and we were talking about, obviously, the situation with the NHL. We'll talk about that a little more. Michelle's going to be back with SportsCenter in just a second. The Michael K. Show till 7, 1050 ESPN New York.